Time for us to celebrate the great freedom and autonomy that we enjoy in the West. France orders ban on all pro-Palestinian protests. I love losing our glorious freedom of speech and protest over the Israel-Palestine issue. It's great. French Interior Minister Gérald Darmanin looks to clamp down on anti-Semitism after Hamas's terror attacks in Israel. Great framing. Yeah, great framing. Germany is doing the same. It's so cool. It's great. Darmanin sent strict instructions to ban pro-Palestinian demonstrations because they are likely to generate public order disturbances. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. The French government doesn't give two shits about anti-Semitism? No, of course they don't. Jesus. Like all contentious social issues, this is just going to be used as a wedge by demons in government to crack down on people's rights. The UK does the same. I mean, yeah. British people lost the right to protest a little while ago. France uses tear gas and water cannon on banned pro-Palestinian rally in Paris. That's so cool. Despite the ban, several hundred pro-Palestinian demonstrators gathered in central Paris in separate group. The police... A lot of this is probably also fueled by the fact that French people fucking hate Muslims. You know? France doesn't care about anti-Semitism. Marie Le Pen, a Holocaust denier. Oh yeah, Le Pen's father, Jean-Marie Le Pen. Jean-Marie Le Pen? Fined again for dismissing Holocaust as a detail. French court finds former leader of Far-Right Front National for third time calling Nazi gas chambers a mere detail of history. What is it? What did he mean by this? Whatever. Do you think people should be wary of things like the AIPAC trying to unseat pro-Palestinian politicians? Yeah, AIPAC is demonic. AIPAC and all the other like super hardcore... Guys, the most aggressive pro-Zionist movement in the world is not Jews. It's Christians that use Jews as a wedge to attack the left. Like, if you actually meaningfully look at what AIPAC or all the, like, pro-Zionist stuff does in terms of its actual material consequences here in the West, it has very, very, very little to do with supporting Israel and a lot to do with using Jewish people as a wedge to attack the left, even though the majority of American Jews vote Democrat. It's just an incredibly cynical attempt by evangelicals to use identity politics to weaponize a minority group against us. There have been anti-IDF protests breaking out across Israel. Yeah, the Israelis aren't that happy. We'll talk about that in a second. Germany is passing a Betätigung Verbot, prohibition of activity against Hamas and possibly groups close to Hamas in Germany. I could not find anything on directly banning Palestinian protest. Well, yeah, Hamas is a terrorist group. It's not too surprising. In Germany, Chancellor Olaf Scholz on Thursday similarly declared zero tolerance of anti-Semitism. Scholz banned all Hamas-linked activities after some people celebrated the militant group's attack in Israel last weekend. What is Hamas-linked activity, out of curiosity? Anyone who glorifies the crimes of Palestinian militant group Hamas, uses its symbols, condones murder, calls for criminal acts, or burns Israeli flags could be prosecuted in Germany. Okay, so this doesn't just mean anything Hamas-linked. This just means, like, a wide net of things associated with pro-Palestine. Did I say prostituted? If you guys get up in arms about the mispronunciations or misspeaking today, I'm just gonna remove chat. I have literally zero patience for this today. Yeah, this is probably going to like encompass bans on Palestinian or pro-Palestinian stuff as well. In an attack that started Saturday morning, Hamas militants from the Gaza Strip infiltrated Israel, killed more than 1,200 Israelis. 1,200? I thought the last settled death toll was 700. Has it risen that far? Israeli fatalities surpassed 1,200. Oh, yeah, I guess so. It takes them a while to call it all up. 1,300 people apparently confirmed dead in Gaza, which means that significantly more than 1,300, because Israel has had the time and ability to count their dead, and Hamas is not. Not Hamas, the Palestinian people. Does this include military deaths? There are, like, some military deaths. Hold on. Yeah, speaking of favorability of conservative politicians, polls show majority of Gazans were against breaking ceasefire. Hamas and Hezbollah unpopular among key Arab publics. And isn't the polling showing that people are blaming? Yeah, majority blames government. What is with the Majority blames government for Hamas massacre, says Netanyahu must resign. An overwhelming majority of 86% of respondents, including 76% of coalition supporters, said the surprise attack from Gaza is a failure of the country's leadership. This is the reason why I don't think it was a false flag. I think that, like, while in theory Hamas brutality benefits Netanyahu, in practice, the way this panned out made him look really, really weak and ill-prepared. I think that if Netanyahu had, like, meaningfully controlled or facilitated this, it would have been, like, a big, brutal strike from Hamas that would have been over very quickly because they would have immediately been pushed back by the IDF, and not, like, a 2-day firefight as they, like, claim territory and then get pushed back into Gaza, you know? Over 75% saying the government holds most of the responsibility. That is wild. What do you think of the BBC refusing to call Hamas terrorists? It feels kind of performative. What? Every BBC interview we've seen has been like concentrated Hitlerite shit. They brought on a Palestinian official whose family had died to Israeli airstrikes, and they were like, hey, you think Hamas are bad, right? Like, what is the BBC even? What the... Oh, because this is the mobile version of the site. I see. There we go. I was like, why? Why does it look like this? I've looked at the Jerusalem Post today. Yeah. Netanyahu must resign after war's conclusion, Israeli said. What do you mean after war's conclusion? Netanyahu is already super unpopular and already is like credibly accused of like 50 counts of corruption, and also is trying to like maintain his hold on power with judicial corruption. Why give him the time? A slim majority of 56 said Netanyahu must resign at the end of the war. Only 56? Dude, you already didn't like him. Israel, man. Jesus Christ. The unhinged Israeli PM arguing with a Sky News reporter here. There's more numbers. I love numbers. They're my favorite things in the world. Oh yeah, this is just what we were looking at. 94% see the government responsible for the intel failure that led to the massacre. 97% see the intelligence failure worse than that of the 1973 Yom Kippur War. Is that true? 56% believe he should resign. 59% have no faith in the government leading this war. I guess that's good. I guess that could be worse, you know, potentially.